This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Next up, we've got a situation from World Championship Wrestling on June 18th. We're going to have a little bit of America's team jaw-jacking with the Horsemen. Let me find that piece of our clip here and we'll take a listen. We should mention this is the era where Ron Garvin and Flair are getting into it, which led to some pretty funny promos at different times. But eventually it becomes a beat down on Mr. Garvin. So it looks like Garvin might be getting the better of Flair. Here comes the cavalry. Let's take a listen.
High backdrop. Look out. It's Tully and Arn Anderson. Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson both are here. They're going to take him. What are they going to do? They drive him. They hold him. They've got him. Rick now starts to chop on him. Right to the throat. Back and forth. Look at Rick. Look at Rick now. Taking that shoe off. Just humiliating. Here comes Sam. Dusty Rhodes is at ringside. He went down. Rick down. Garvin got him. Oh, he sits on him all right. Hands of stone. Ric Flair, look, David, he is down. He is out. This man, the hands of stone, Ron Garvin. Ronnie. Right out. Flair is still down from that right hand. Ric Flair is.
Sometimes you've got to show them. They won't believe you. But you got to show them a picture is worth 1,000 words. You look at him. Or you draw the conclusion if I can't knock him out. He's out.
Out.
Look at him, the world champion. Coming out here and bragging. I told you it was risky business. You mess with the dream. Magnum TA, Ronnie Garvin,
He's still out.
Sam Houston. And I'm going to tell you, we're ready.
All right. The world champion is out.
So it's a pivot, right? Let's talk about this for a minute. On TV for at least a few weeks, Ronnie Garvin had been saying his goal, his New Year's resolution was to become NWA World Champion because that meant you made more money, et cetera, et cetera. But it seemingly comes out of left field because Rick is seemingly on a collision course with Dusty Rhodes. But then Baby Doll's been saying, you're next. So maybe that means Flair does need an opponent. And Ronnie Garvin's been calling him out, saying it's my New Year's resolution. I want to win the world title. And when they do have a skirmish, it looks like he's going to get the better of Rick. So here come you and Tully to make the save. And then the very moment that they even up the odds with Dusty and Magnum and Sam Houston coming out, or maybe actually they have the advantage at that point. A big right hand from Ron Garvin sends Ric Flair flat of his back. The camera missed it, but it's going to be something you talk about for weeks after this, because the hands of stone went from being something that, not to disparage anyone, was positioned in the middle of the card. And now all of a sudden, after one angle and one big moment like this, Ron Garvin is a real threat to Ric Flair's NWA World title. This is so well done here, Arn. What do you remember about this?
Well, think about the layers. Sam Houston piling back in there made sense after our history with him.
Yep.
Right. So he got a rub being
Yep.
involved in that crew. Ronnie Garvin got a dose of now the Horseman concept was starting to fall into place. You jump on one of us, you jump on all of us.
Yep.
So you had that starting to take place. I don't think anybody thought Ronnie Garvin was going to knock out Ric Flair, but he did it, and he did it with one punch. It wasn't a superplex out to the floor. It wasn't, a big moonsault from the top rope. It was one punch. And in one day on one television show and one punch, that became as big a weapon as there was in the industry because it knocked out the world champion. Now it became something. A lot of things got covered. It was a clever piece of booking. It was a clever piece of television, and a lot of people benefited from it. Things started to fall into place. basically now I could go with Dusty. Ron Garvin could go with Ric Flair. Was about the TV title that Dusty and I had all that history with. If you start uncovering the layers, that was a clever piece of television.
Really, really great stuff. Let's keep it going. We're going to hear from you and Tully on that same episode of World Championship Wrestling.
Well, we have two very irate men out here, along with another one, James J. Dillon.
Cheap shot's what it was. Cheap shot, and it took 3 or 4 of them to do it. Just like a pack of dogs, like a pack of wolves. Dusty Rhodes out here, Sam Houston out here, Ronnie Garvin out here, trying to degrade the world heavyweight champion. How high can you get? He's the man. He's the place everybody wants to be, and they're nipping. You know, the Four Horsemen of the Alliance are trying to pick you guys off. I can see what's happening.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tony Schiavone, there's no doubt that Garvin's got a fist of stone. But you got Dusty Rhodes out here with that boot, right? That he doesn't have to wear. He doesn't have to wear it to kick people. Garvin's out here cheap shotting people on their interview time, trying to knock them out and prove that they should be the world's heavyweight champion. Well, Garvin, you're not the man that can beat the man. And he's part of the Four Horsemen. Flair, the Anderson brothers, and Tully Blanchard on professional wrestling. And if you four want to come out and attack somebody, or one of us, that's fine. Get in a squared circle and do it like men, face to face, eyeball to eyeball. Quit cheap shotting. Tony Schiavone, I take this as a personal insult and a personal attack on my family. Now, if somebody smacked one of your babies, put him in his stroller, and ran him off a mountain, would you take it personal? Yeah. Well, this is my family I'm talking about. First there was Ole, now there's Flair. Nobody can tell me a man can punch that hard. Garvin had something in his hand, and now they're talking about cages. Just remember one thing, the Four Horsemen are still intact. You see 2 of us standing here, and Tully Blanchard is considered family and my family. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. There's going to be a rebuttal, and somebody, I'm talking about somebody, is going terminal over this.
Ric Flair carried out of here.
David Crockett got what's coming to him.
I love that little exclamation point from Tully. David Crockett's got what's coming to him.
Yeah, that was, that you could just feel that Horseman thing. Again, it's starting to be mentioned a little more. JJ was a perfect fit, stepping into that spot. Everything was coming together. You could feel it. I think running a baby off a cliff in a baby stroller might have been a little strong, but
maybe
slipped that one in. That's the kind of stuff that people look at each other and go, did he just say that?
Yeah, for real.
Did he really just say that?
Yeah.
I can't believe it made it through. To be honest with you.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.